I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music with a special message for a friend of mine who is going through something that I cannot imagine. His name is John Cody. You may know him as a great singer-songwriter. Many people have recorded his songs, and Holly Cole, Bonnie Raitt, Cher, the list is long. He hung out with Joni Mitchell, toured with Tom Cochrane. He's an amazing singer who really got me through a really difficult time in the early 90s when I was trying to readjust after everything was falling apart in my life. The music director at the station I worked at, Clara, came up to me and said, "I think you'd like this album. We can't play it right now. It's not our format, but I think you'd like it." I put it away, and a few months later, I finally got around to listening to it, and it changed my life. Years later, I got to know him. I contacted John, and I became very close friends with him. But I can't imagine what he's going through, losing his voice. And right now, we're trying to raise money so we can record his last album, his fourth. We've set up a campaign where you can help him record his last album till he has an operation where he will lose his voice forever. That adjustment, I can't imagine, but for a singer, as I mentioned, is something else. I talked to John last night about what he's going through.
Like, it's only starting to sink in now that it's the end of something pretty major, you know, like I've done everything I could do in my entire life unconventionally. So my main thing that I try to focus on is how to do this with grace. It's important for me to find the grace in this situation because I don't want to do that crawling into a corner thing and just, you know, sucking my thumb and just getting drunk. And
things are picking up for you to have money to make that last album.
Well, you know, I've noticed that, you know, and when the industry comes together, that's when it's effective, you know, and I don't mind telling you that one of the worst things that could be happening right now is just dealing with the stress of trying to put a record together at this time. You know, it's so hard to take care of myself in the way that I need to when I'm, like, I didn't even sleep last night for more than a couple hours because, okay, what do I need to do today? Who do I need to reach out to? And, you know, I mean, making a record is, I don't know what people think it is, but for me, you know, it's got to do with, all right, well, I know I want orchestra on 4 songs. Well, I have them on 2. Okay, who's going to write the arrangements? Okay, so then we got to make sure the money's there. He writes the arrangement. I send the money over to Budapest or something. They record the track and send it back. Like, that's just one aspect of it, you know. And then if we need the big room because there's kind of a surprise thing that we might do. So, you know, the dealing with just the normal stress of making a record and having to make it so fast because pre-op is the 20th. I can't push it any further.
Yeah.
I pushed the surgery already, and I made the doctor promise me, like, when I saw him and got the diagnosis, he wanted to operate immediately.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. You know, and I said, I need time. How much time can I have? He said 3 months, no more. And that's, I think, the thing that affected my father the most was because, you know, when they're doing it fast, it's not a great sign.
How that came to fruition, that your friend Katie has played with James Taylor for years.
Yeah. Well, I've met James before because Valerie Carter was also with James, and what they would do, what they told me they do is they put my records on the tour bus. You know, and at that time, Darkness Visible was out. So Katie and Valerie called me up. They said, well, we've been listening to your record, and we want you to, you're on the tour bus, and everybody loves it, and so we want you to meet James, you know. So, of course, I went and enjoyed the show immensely and went backstage, and James was he's very tall, you know, he's just towering over me. He says, we're all big fans of your music, and I look up at him and I go, no, you're not. Like, I just couldn't believe that James Taylor was telling me something like that, even though, you know, I was certainly working with fantastic people. It's just different, you know, like when Ry Cooder's sitting next to your band and you're playing and his son is in the band, so he comes to the show, but then the compliments that he's giving, it's like there's just no way that is being said to me, you know. It's really hard to to take in and believe in a way.
It breaks me up to know that this will be your last record. I'm looking forward to it. I certainly don't like the circumstances around it.
No, and you know, and here's the other side of the coin. As much as I'm beginning to despair what's coming, I'm really hoping that I'm going to be so excited about getting to make music, and certainly the people, as you say, that are coming out of the woodwork, you know, I love them so much, and it's such a joy to make music with these people that I'm hoping I'm going to be on a real big high, you know, and that's what I'm praying for, because it's really starting to sink in now. I haven't cried yet, and one of the reasons I won't let myself cry is because it really makes your throat sore, you know, and I can't afford it. I mean, I haven't even been talking, because you'll notice that my voice is better than it was on the video, because I haven't been talking at all, because I've been saving my voice to sing. I mean, people are sorry, but no one is like for you and throwing pity my way. You know, and I wouldn't want pity. You know, everyone is just treating it like, okay, this is urgent, because it is, but this is going to be fun. And we're, you know, I mean, I'm laughing. I laugh a lot anyway, no matter what. But when I talk to the people that I'm going to be working with, we're joking around. I mean, I'm already trying to figure out, okay, how to communicate after this. Like, I was thinking, after the record's finished, I will just, like, open GarageBand or something and record a whole bunch of things that I would say in my normal life, like, how's my hair? You know, and let's be honest before we start pretending. And I want to have stuff that's a little bit offensive, too. Like, I want to record one that goes, this place is a real shithole. And whenever I walk in, I'll just press that one, and it'll say, the device will say, this place is a real shithole. No matter where I go. I kind of can't talk about this too much, because it really hits. Like, when I think about, I mean, just our relationship consists solely of talking. We've, you know, because we've never met. We've spoken on the phone. We've done interviews. We now Skype. We you know, our thing that we wanted to do, the John and John show, we'll never be able to do.
So when is the day you're going in the studio to record your vocals?
It will probably be Monday. Pre-op is June 20th. Surgery's July 15th. But the point is, I won't be doing anything after pre-op June 20th. So I have 20 days. 19. I've got 54 before I'll never sing again. It's days. You know, it feels like being on death row. Like, I feel like I'm just counting the days to my execution. I honestly, I can't imagine what is going to be in my mind when I go in that day. You know, knowing full well what they're doing. And I mean, I know what they're doing. You know, they shot a video of going, you know, they freeze you up here, they go up and videotape it, and they get you to make sounds. And they film your larynx. And that's where you can see.
Jeez. For anybody going through this is something that's almost unimaginable. But for like a singer-songwriter like you, of going, this is who I am. This is truly my voice on another level of expressing myself.
You know, people rely on me being a good singer in certain situations, and you know, those gigs where, you know, 40 people are going to go on stage and you're raising money for something and they put me on last or close to the end or whatever, because I'm considered by my peers to be a show closer. Get the guy with the pipes, you know, it's like it ain't over till the fat lady sings. In this case, you know, the French dude or whatever they think. Or, you know, one of my nicknames is John Coda because I like the song to go on and on, you know. I sang the last song that was sung on the Hollywood Bowl before they renovated it, on that stage. I sang on the stage at the Squeeze Club the night it closed, you know, in Toronto, which was owned by the O'Haras, you know, the Catherine, Mary Margaret, Marcus, Michael, Maureen. My God, there's so many of them. I mean, and I even know in my own show, if I'm doing something and I'm losing the audience, or not losing, but like Peter Gabriel explains about waves of boredom, that come from the audience, because maybe you're giving them something that's just for you and not for the audience. And we all do that from time to time. But even in those moments, I know I better sing the shit out of the next tune, because that's what they're coming to hear. The doctor said, well, how do you feel about this? I just say, well, this is biblical. That's how I feel. This is like, gnashing of teeth and, ripping of lapels.
Well, again, like the Book of Job from your last album.
Oh, what a mistake. I feel like I've been preemptive in my own music or something. It's like if I had not written that song, it's like my life is like the Book of Job, then it wouldn't have turned into the Book of Job.
Don't get superstitious on me now.
It's too late. I already wrote the song. I really want to try to keep a good head about me and a good attitude and a positive outcome. Despite, look, if they don't take it out, I'm going to die. It's that simple. That's what the doctor said. So that's what my option is. Someone said, well, why don't you just keep it? If it makes you that happy, just keep it. Your voice meaning. It's like, well, I don't think I want to die. Well, this is it. There's no going back. I mean, that's the thing. And let me explain this to you. Your larynx is like this, right? There are these two things in front of your windpipe, and they vibrate against each other. Okay, they're like this when you're not speaking. But when you make a sound, speak, sing, they come together. Okay, and they vibrate. So this one's going to be gone completely. Then about, I can't do it, like this much will be left. But there's nothing to vibrate against. Can't make sound.